بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد، all praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We worship Him, we seek His help, we seek His assistance, and we seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the evil within ourselves and from all of the bad consequences, bad results of evil deeds. More for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directs them, guides them to Islam, and allows them to accept that none can lead him astray after Allah has guided him, so as long as that person holds to the religion in truth and sincerity. Most of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't allow to accept the guidance, leaves them to their desires, isms and schisms and whims. Then none will be able to guide him aright. I bear witness that there's no one that has the right to be worshipped except Him. He is alone in His names and attributes and His actions and His lofty characteristics. He's alone in every way, unique in every way, and that His Prophet Muhammad, He sent him, sallallahu wasallam alayhi, as the last prophet and messenger to all humanity. That there is no more prophets and messengers to come after him. وَلَا نَبِيُّ بَعْدَهُ صَلَوَاتُ اللَّهِ وَسَلَامُهُ عَلَيْهِ. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless and to preserve our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in his grave, his soul, and to give him that which he promised in this life of being a prophet, in which his deen that he carried, it will remain, some from amongst them, open, clear for people to see, for them to demonstrate pure religion of Islam until they die, until their hour has started. It's each individual. When you die, your judgment, your hour starts. And until when the hour for all starts, as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, لا تزال طائفة من أمتي على الحق ظاهرين. That there will never stop being a portion, a group from amongst my nation. There will not ever stop being a group from amongst my nation, على الحق ظاهرين, upon the truth, and is demonstrated where people can see it. Zahirin is that which is apparent from the people. No doubt about that. لا يضرهم من خذلهم ومن يعني قاتلهم. And the Prophet said, they will not harm them, those who do evil to them, nor those who fight with them. حتى يأتي أمر الله. And there will be like this until the Amr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes. وهم على ذلك. And that will be their state. Their state will be remaining upon that haqq. Kind man can, whoever they may be. Now, and this hadith is one of the hadith that has become a poster child, as some have mentioned before, using this term in our lifetime, to say who is, who was right, who's wrong, who's on the haqq, who's not, who's Ahlul Sunnah, who's not. The Prophet gave a clear description. والنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ذكر ستفترق أمتي على 73 فرقة كلهم في النار إلا واحد. كلهم في النار ماذا إلا واحد. All of them will be in the fire except one. And who was the one group? It's a debate who they are. And the 73 is what the Prophet mentioned. All of them are from his ummah. Therefore, all of them being in the fire except one, again, it becomes a discussion, a debate, who they are, what's meant by this hadith. And if you say 72 in the fire, you may takfir. If you say 72 in hell, you're Wahhabi. If you say 72, yani, are not from the Muslims, Jabi Deen and Jadid. You came with a new religion. فقد اختلفوا العلماء قديما وحديثا في هذه الحديث. And the scholars of the past and the present have debated over the meaning of this hadith. حتى جاء كلام بنسبة السانيد. Even to the point there's some discussion about the chains. هل هو صحيح أو ضعيف? Is it صحيح أو ضعيف? This hadith 736. هل في متابعة? Is there some other chains that follow the other chains to make it يصلح الاحتجاج به? Make it okay to depend and to work by this hadith. كلام كثير بهذه يعني مسألة in this issue. It's a lot of speech. وكل هذا بدأ في قرون المباركة المفضلة كما بين النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ستفترق أمتي. نعم. كل الناس يعرف اللغة العربية يعرف أن السين من علامة الفعل. جاء ليبين أن شيئا سيحدث في مستقبل. And everybody that knows the Arabic language, that has really learned Arabic language, know that the scene in ستفترق, that scene is a sign of a fi'lun, an action, something about to happen in the future. ومن جهة ماذا؟ ومن جهة الآخر أنه يدل على أن هذا ما سيكون في عهد النبي بل بعد وفاته عليه الصلاة والسلام. And from another perspective, that scene which shows that something is going to take place in the future also shows you that it didn't happen while the Prophet was alive. Happened after his death. كلهم في النار إلا واحد. All of them in the fire except one. And we know the Sahaba كان أحرص الناس على طلبة العلم وتطبيق هذا الشيء. And all of the companions, they were the most eager to seek knowledge and practice that religion. زكاهم الله عز وجل في آية كثيرة. And Allah has given them this accreditation and has vouched for them and given them tazkiyah many ayat because of this. وجاء حديث كثيرة من الأحاديث الشريفة يبين أنهم أحرص الناس على طلبة العلم وتطبيقه. And so many hadith of Sallam mentioned, authentic hadith, that it illustrates the companions were the most eager to seek the knowledge and execute that knowledge in practice. Therefore, when the Prophet said, my ummah shall be divided in the future into 73 sects, all of them will be in the fire except one. قِيلَ مَنْ هُمْ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. They said, who is that one group? They were not busy. Did not ask in this hadith about the ones that will come up short. They wanted to know who is the Ta'ifatul Mansura. Man yunajjim Allah Azza wa Jal hawlai min an-nar. Who are those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to save from the fire? That was their inayah to shape, their worry. That's what they paid homage and attention to. They didn't look at the others. They didn't worry about those people going to come up short like we do. And we may be shorter than the ones we worry about. But Allah says, save yourself and then your family. Save yourself and then others. Worry about you and then others. Save yourself from the fire. So Prophet answered them, which shows you that you cannot withhold, that the scholars mention the principle of when it's time to give some knowledge, you can't withhold from it. You have to give it up. Prophet said, Man alayhim, ma ana alayhim, wa ashabi. That which I am on today, and then he mentioned wa ashabi. And many scholars said, Huna al-wal al-athafiyah. The wow that you connect something with, he connected his sahaba to him. كما قال الله سبحانه وتعالى ولا يشاك الرسول من بعد ما تبين لهم الهدى ويتبع غير السبيل المؤمنين. Allah Azza wa Jal mentions Surah Al-Nisa. Now, Allah Azza wa Jal connected the Prophet Sallam and those sahaba, as Allah said, وَاتَّبِعْ غَيْرَ السَّبِيلِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Those who find the problem, those who make in their hearts, those who have in their actions something against the Prophet. Disputing against him, fighting against him, combative against him, wanting to be different than him, bringing something that is better, so you think, Shakir Rasul. After the Prophet brought them the guidance, and that guidance is clear, they have something else in mind. Allah said, وَاتَّبِعْ غَيْرَ السَّبِيلِ مَاذَا الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And they follow a way other. مُجْمَلًا نَعْمُ تَفْصِيلًا, and general and specific, a way other than the believers. Then I'm going to leave them to what they turn to. And in the end, they will be humiliated and they will be in the fire with a degradatory and a bad, painful, evil ending. So Salman Ali was happy. Prophet, go back to the hadith of 7 through 6. He said, when Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned the Quran, that he connected himself to the Sahaba. Or connected, I should say, partly the Sahaba to himself. كما في حديث إرباء السارية. In hadith of about. Prophet gave them a admonishment. One day, he started to speak to them. They said as if it was his last speech. Like, when someone's about to die, they pour it on. They give it to you. They're serious. Then the Prophet, when they said, you're giving us as if this is the last speech, tell us something that is most pertinent. The Prophet said, Alaykum bi sunnati. Alaykum bi sunnati. I command you. Alaykum fil amal. Alaykum. Our shasiqatul amal. It's an expression that means you have to do it. Alaykum. Now, Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned alaykum, bi anfusikum. Be busy about your own selves. Allah said, alaykum, نعم عليكم بأنفسكم نعم worry about yourself. This doesn't mean don't worry about others, but the first thing is yourself. As many people quote that ayat wrong. يا أيها الذين آمنوا يا أيها الناس إنكم تقرؤون هذه الآية وتدعوها في غير موضعها كما بين الصديق هذا أمة. As Abu Bakr أبي كحافة أبو بكر نعم الصديق رضي الله تعالى عنه. He said, "Oh people," but he meant Muslims. So this shows يا أيها الناس also sometimes could mean يا أيها الذين آمنوا. Well, أيها الناس normally is for the kuffar or is general, but here he was talking to the Muslims. So all people, meaning the Muslims. There's an ayah you all read, but you misunderstand it. You quote it, you put it in a context that is deceptive, that is not right, that is misleading. And he said, it's the ayah wa tabarak wa ta'ala ya ayyuhalladhina amanu alaykum bi anfusikum. Or you believe alaykum bi anfusikum basically means be bothered and worry about yourself. La yadukum man dalla idha ihtadaytum. And those who went astray, when they go astray, if you're worrying about yourself and busying yourself with yourself, then their astrayness will not harm you. And all of you going back to Allah, He's going to judge you in what you used to do. To the end of the ayah. Ibn Daqiq al-Eid, he said, this ayah doesn't mean عدم يأمر بالمعروف وعدم ينهى عن المنكر. He said it doesn't mean that you don't enjoy any good and you don't prohibit any evil, you just mind your business. No. If you look at the ayah, the ظاهر ayah كأن هذا المعنى لكن ليس بهذا المعنى. This is not the meaning. And, by the way, there's many ahadith. Imam Muqbil rahimahullah ta'ala brings them in his Jam' al-Sahih. ما ليس في الصحيحين مسند صحيح ما ليس في الصحيحين. They're authentic. Well, if Salam mentioned about taking the hand of the dog, taking the hand of the dhalim, meaning stopping him. When he has some evil he's doing, like the people in the Safina, the boat, they want to put a hole in the boat. Prophet made clear, had they let the people on the bottom do it, the people on the bottom and the top would have been destroyed. Just zajrahum, prevent them, yamna'ahum, prevent them. As it comes in many hadith, these wordings. So this in itself, number one, shows you that there's a discussion that needs to be taking place. If we just take this hadith, where Abu Bakr as-Siddiq is saying people reading this ayat wrong, and they're thinking that it means what is the apparent face value meaning, this shows you that Ahlul Sunnah, that we do look outside the text. We don't just look at Dhahir al-Nas. as this is part of the discussion that the people, that are upon the way of a Salafiyah, or the people that, took some of the teacher, Muhammad Abdul Wahab, or everybody other than those other people that's challenging this issue of what is Salafiyah, who are the Salafis, the Dawah to Wahabiyyah, and so forth. They say one of the things, we only take the Dhahir Nas. We don't use our Aql and we don't take a Naql. We don't use our minds and we don't take other things to come. We only take a Dhahir Nas. Kadibun, Buhtanun, Azim. It is nothing but some type of really plot, invention, lie. Because even you see in this hadith what Abu Bakr said, that meaning ulama bring this like Al-Imam ibn Hadith Wa'adi'u to show you that it's not the apparent text, but it has another meaning. Has another meaning. And that is that you mind your business, but if you can enjoy the good without making a bigger problem, and if you can stop some evil without making a bigger problem for you and others, then that command is never left. That's part of minding your business, meaning you all as a Muslim community. Going back to the 73 sects, the Prophet ﷺ said, Min ummati, my ummah. And the people are blaming this again as a new deen of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahab. That he said that there's two types of ummah. Ummah to da'wah or ummah to ma'adha istijaba. Ummah to da'wah. That includes everybody that's alive when the Prophet became a prophet. What is the meaning of ummah? A group of people in this case. What is the meaning of da'wah? Those who you have to call, invite, and tell them about Islam. Simple. And what is istijaba? From the word yujibu, to answer, istijaba, those who took the invitation, i.e. they became Muslim. So when the Prophet said, Kullu min ummati, how would 73 all from his ummah, but one going to be in Jannah, one group from each time, from each place, from different locations on earth, different generations, different age groups, different cultures, different languages, different colors, different tribes, different whatever. How those people going to be some in the Jannah and the rest of the 72 in the fire? Many of the scholars said how that these people, the 72, they didn't accept Islam. So the Prophet is calling everybody that didn't accept Islam from his ummah, meaning they were the ones that should have taken the invitation, they didn't. Yushmal al-Yahud wa Nasara. This includes the Jew and the Christian. And it doesn't contradict the other wording when the Prophet said that the Jews are divided into one narration said 71 sects and the Christian 72. And another he said both of them 72. Wallahu a'lam bima yuslah min al-alfaz. And we're not discussing the whole chain and wording, but this is what's reported. The only time he said 73 when he said min ummati, from my ummah. So some scholars said that the 73 includes those Jews and Christians that didn't accept. And the Christians that accepted, and the Jews that accepted, and the pagans that accepted. Kullu minhum, yani wahid. All of them are considered that one group that's going to be in the Jannah. That makes total sense with our fitrah. That makes total sense with clear 1 + 1 is 2. Another interpretation, there's a lot of interpretations of this hadith, by the way, a lot. Some of them said all of them will be in the Jannah. Pardon me, let me back up. That's a mistake.
all of them will be in the fire except that one group. Some of them said all of them will be in the fire permanently. How? Because they had bid'ah, mukaffira, nifaq, kubura, shirk, and akbaru, kufr, yani kharij, mukhraja an al-millah. That they had these following things. One, they had bid'ah mukaffira, bid'ah that is to the level of yani kufr, which would tell you bid'ah has two levels. Because not every bid'ah is kufr. Like they claim, Muhammad Abdul Wahab said all of the people of innovation kafir. كيف من أين جاء هذا القول؟ الله المستعان. هاتوا برهانكم إن كنتم صادقين. Bring your evidence if that's what you really have proof of. And this could be any imam that has to be defended. If you're going to talk, you must be yani sadiq. You must have sidq wal insaf, fair and truthfulness. كيف هذا؟ يعني كل مبتدئ يعني خلاص يكافرهم الله المستعان. هذا ليس من ديننا من شيء. It's not from our religion. And you don't have any of those writings that he wrote that in his book. Allah musta'an. So bid'ah, kafirah. Some said that's the meaning of those that will be in the fire forever. Showing you some bid'ah you will not be in the fire for. وكذلك ما شاء الله بدعة number one was said يعني النفاق كبرى نفاق الاعتقادي نفاق this your يعني belief like يعني عبد الله بن أبي الصلول رأس المنافقين. Allah clearly mentioned to the Prophet لا تقوموا على قبر يعني أحد منهم مات أبدا. Don't يعني stand meaning don't يعني make dua for any of those people. Don't pray janazah. إنهم كفروا بالله ورسوله. They disbelieve in Allah and His Messenger. Yes. Can I help? Say, can I help you? Muslim. You don't know, you can't see. No way. Some nifaq, although sinful from major sins, will not put you in the fire. As Rasul said, إن من شر الناس ذي الوجهين. نعم. شر الناس منهم ذي الوجهين. حديث عبد الله بن مسعود. Sahih Muslim وغيره. Rasul said from the most evilest people, those have two faces. That is what is nifaq, linguistically. Now, and in the deen sense, there's the people who have nifaq, characteristics, traits, actions. Nifaq amaliyah. When you speak, he lies. إذا حتى ذا يعني كذا. وإذا يعني تؤمن الخان. نعم. وإذا وعد أخلف. وإذا قسم فجر. نعم. When he speaks, he lies. That's nifaq. That person speaking lies not going to go to fire just because he lied. When he's given a responsibility, he doesn't keep it. When he makes a promise, he breaks it. And when he argues, he doesn't stay the course. He's going to go beyond the course. Saying names and dragging you through the mud. You argue your point civilly and that's it. But you got to go, as we say, ballistic. Allahu musta'an. So that kind of nifaq will put you in the fire. Companions were afraid they may have some of these traits. Did they go to the fire? No. Allahu musta'an. Did they break promises? Sometime as a person, yes. Did they have a responsibility they didn't live up to? Yes. But did they go to the fire? No. Look at the story of Hatim. Now, who wrote the letter, gave it to the lady to take to the kuffar. And Jibril came and told the Prophet ﷺ that that lady has a letter. She's going to Mecca. Hatim al-Balta. So the Prophet ﷺ said, Ali ibn Abi Talib, and the other companion slipped my mind. Al-Aswadi, the other companion, Al-Aswad. And they went and stopped the lady. Said, give me the letter. Ali said, give me the letter. She said, I don't have no letter. He said, well, Allah, you have the letter. Because the Prophet told him, because Jibril came and informed him. She said, I don't have no letter. Ali said, you don't give us the letter, we're going to strip you naked. Those ladies have haya'u wa hishma wa كذلك يعني ماذا خشية لهم يعني taqwa. Now, they have shyness, embarrassment, womanhood. They have some sense of not wanting to be like that, nude in front of people, not like the women today. People wear all kind of stuff, even the Muslims. Allah musta'an. Hadahum Allah wa yana. Allah guide them and us all. So she went in there under her kibar, had the leather tucked in her hand, pulled the joint out, gave it to Ali. When they took the letter back to the Nabi, alayhi salatu wasalam, Umar ibn al-Khattab was there. Hatim ibn al-Balta, I hope I'm saying his name right, I'm mistaken pronunciation, I know it. The Prophet had the letter read. Ali read the letter, and Umar was there, and Umar wanted to take his head off. We would say in our society today, or any society, treason. Going against the government, treason. You're a traitor. This is, Allah musta'an. In most, countries, at least jail time, maybe even death. Umar said, let me take his head off. Prophet said, La. Prophet said, La. This is an example of nifaq. He's given a responsibility. He gave bay'ah to the Nabi to obey Allah Azza wa Jal and to support the Nabi in that obedience and to avoid what's wrong and to not do certain things. He broke it. No. But did the Prophet ﷺ allow him to be killed? No. This example. Not every nifaq is making you a kafir. Be nas. So when the Prophet said some of them will be in the fire, it's because we're talking about major nifaq. Major nifaq. Like Abdullah ibn Bay Sulul. Now, you also have, we mentioned bid'ah, nifaq kubra. Bid'ah kubra. Bid'ah kubra. Like Ilhad al-Khomeini. Ilhad al-Khomeini. Allah musta'an. To the point that Imam al-Shafi'i mentioned about this type of belief, Wahabiyyah, in which they have not just belief that is kufriya, but you kafiru sahaba. It's enough to have belief this kufr, the Rafidi. That the Prophet yani khana risala, did he betray the trust? Or Quran الذي نزل له ليس القرآن, that the Quran the Prophet received is not the Quran. وكذلك ماذا بارك الله فيكم صلاتهم يختلف بكثير عن الصلاة المسلمين. Their صلاة من الركن إلى ماذا الواجبات ومستحبات من بداية إلى النهاية يختلف من صلاة الله من صلاة يعني المسلمين. The salah is totally different from the believers' salah, from beginning to end. Their يعني حج والعمرة يعني يختلف حتى لا يطوف الكعبة يعني مع الحجر الأسود على شمالهم. Allah musta'an. To the point they don't even put the black stone on the left and go around. They go the opposite way. You want to talk about Deen al-Jadid? Allah musta'an. وكفر أبو بكر وكفر ماذا عمر بن الخطاب الفاروق وكفر عثمان وكفر علي بن أبي طالب. Allah musta'an. It made kafir every Sahaba except Ali وَالَّذِينَ مِنْ أَهْلِ الْبَيْتِ النَّبُوَّةِ, and those from the house of the Prophet from his lineage. Now, these people, Imam al-Shafi'i will mention, you can't take any narration that the Rafidah is in. لو كان في سند صحيح شخص قدرية, he's a person believed in the Qadriya. And this is a big discussion. There are people of bid'ah, no doubt. Some of them to the level they leave Islam, some of them not. If he's a person to Shia, preferred Ali over anybody else after the Prophet died and broke off, khalas, yani they have their levels. Some of them Muslims, some went out of the fold. وكذلك ماذا بارك الله فيكم الخوارج. نعم خوارج. نعم, some of them Allah musta'an left the fold of Islam, some of them didn't. How could that? You can keep going. Every group has their people. When you talk about these different groups and that which they have, Imam al-Shafi'i, you mentioned the worst from amongst them, a Rafidi. That if the Rafidi is in the chain, you don't take the hadith. لأنهم أكذب الناس على النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, because they are the most lionest people upon the Nabi. والنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال ومن كذب علي متعمدا فليتبوأ مقعده من النار. Whoever lies on me intentionally, let him take his seat that's already prepared for him in the fire. وَالْكَذِبُ عَلَيَّ لَيْسَ كَكَذِبِ عَلَى أَحَدٍ. And the Prophet said, lying on me is not like lying on anybody else. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من أحدث عني وهو يرى أنه كذب فهو أحد الكاذبين. Whoever says something about me and he's not sure, because done means you're not sure. From the meanings of done, what you think is Adamu Mada al-Jazm, that you're not sure. Adama Mada يعني يقين في قول, that you're not sure. I've said whoever narrates something about me and he's not sure that it's true, he's one of the two liars. The one who made it up and the one الذي نقله عنه, and the one who narrated that lie from him. What's the point? What's the point? The point is that these are from the people that Imam al-Shafi'i reported with an authentic chain that don't take anything from the Rafidi. Why? Because they went to the level of kufr. They're not like the Shia, yani of the Zaydi, Firqat Zaydiyah, from the Zaydis and Yemen that ruled for, subhanAllah, they ruled for a long time in Yemen. Some said, close to, Allah knows best, 1,000 years. And I like them. وجاوتية أقرب إلى الرافضية كما قال Imam Muqbil, and the Jawutiyah that came from them, the Zaydi Shia, that were close in their belief like the Rafidi. Like in the Rafidi. MashaAllah, quwwata illa billah. Allah will. They are the ones that, they went to the level of kufr. In their belief, and they are making Sahaba kuffar, after Allah called them believers and praised them and gave them a high rank, you make them pigs, dogs, kafirs, Allah Mustan. And when you talk about Mada Shirk al-Akbar, and if you die on the shirk, Allah made it clear, and Allah la yakfiru and yushraka bih, and yushraka bih, ويغفر ما دون ذلك لمن يشاء ومن يشرك بالله. في آية فقد ضل ضلالا بعيدا, he has went clearly astray. ومن يشرك بالله ومن يشرك بالله فقد ضل ضلالا بعيدا. And whoever makes shirk with Allah, he has went far astray. وَمَن يُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ فَقَدْ افْتَرَى إِثْمًا مُبِينًا. And whoever makes shirk with Allah, he has made a clear invention. The two ayats, they end differently, but the rest of the beginning of the ayat is the same, that Allah will not forgive that you make shirk with Him, but anything else that He wills from any sin, any crime, whether it be bid'ah, nifaq, hypocrisy, whether it be kufr, shirk, if they're minor, Allah will forgive them. If they are before you die, you make tawbah, Allah will forgive them. He promised. So this, when you talk about shirk, we're talking about shirk, nu'an, just like bid'ah is of two types. Nu'an is two types. Nifaq is of two types. Kufr is of two types. And of course, shirk is of two types. All of those that are that which would be major is what will take you outside of Islam. Ijma'an. This is consensus from the companions. Except a person has an excuse with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Person didn't mean it. But if he knows better, he meant it, that's different. Like Mu'adh bin Jabal, he made sajda to the Nabi. That's shirk al-akbar. Because you're associating somebody in worship. Sajda nu'min al-ibadah. La yajuzu yashtud illa lillah. You cannot make sajda to anybody but Allah. Prophet didn't say, okay, you're a kafir, take his head. It's a Mu'adh. Obviously, he made a mistake. He's from the people of knowledge, which shows you again, just because a person make a mistake, is a person of knowledge. You write him off. But you have to be just and fair. The Prophet simply explained to him after he asked him why. He said, I seen the people. Some narration said, where he was, the commentator said Yemen, where it's clearly he was sent. Some said Sham, Rajanu kind of Yemen. What's most likely he was in Yemen, because we have too many hadith where the Prophet sent them to Yemen. He said, I seen them bowing to their leaders, so you am all right. I said, Mu'adh. And he corrected him. Anybody would have been commanded to do that to another. It would have been the wife have to do it to her husband because of the great responsibility that he has, that he should fulfill for her. But she don't even make sajda. How you going to make sajda? Sajda is something, ibadat. You gave it to other than Allah. But it's udhr bijahl. Somebody don't know, he gets a pass. Somebody don't believe you should do that really with knowledge, he gets a pass. The companions, they said, Ij'al lana anwad kadhat anwad. Oh Nabi, make us a tree that we can touch and hang our swords on like the people in time used to do before Islam. Yubarak fi sufina, to bless our swords. The Prophet said, Subhanallah. Would you say that when a person makes a mistake? Because Allah don't make mistakes. In another one, he said, Allahu Akbar. Some narration said, he said them both. Subhanallah, Allahu Akbar. He said, you guys have just resembled Musa and his people when he was asked to make us a calf like those people. Allahu Musta'an. But the Prophet didn't say, you guys left Islam, they're early with Jahl. And some reports that they were early new Muslims. So you see, shirk with different levels. Prophet he mentioned Riyah, shirk. Prophet mentioned Riyah, shirk, doing something to be seen. The Prophet mentioned Halafa bi ghayrillah, shirk. To swear by other than Allah. I swear on my grandmother's grave, words born, I swear on the stack of Bibles. Allah Musta'an. Shirk. Prophet mentioned doing something so people can praise you. That's ibadah, shirk. Like in minor shirk, doesn't take you from Islam. Except in the kind of ta'adhim. Except if that thing is tied to reverence. Reverence. Tied to reverence. Then it becomes shirk. You want somebody to reverence you and not just praise your actions. Even that's a big discussion. You just don't make a person, he made that type of shirk, it went to the level of kufr, khalas, he's a kafir. And we said again, we're bringing these issues, and I'm going to be frank with you before we go to the next point. Tomorrow, bi'ithnillah, Laylat Jummah, Thursday. Friday, bi'ithnillah. Saturday, bi'ithnillah. Hopefully we can finish it Sunday. We don't have to deal with it on the holiday in America, Labor Day. Every night my dars is hitting this issue because now I'm put in a position. I keep being asked. I'm being sent the clips, and I listen to just a little bit of the discussion of the Black Imams roundtable discussion. And I'm not going to trash those brothers like some brothers want me to do. May Allah bless those brothers. You're going to say now, oh, he's praising the innovator because they're Asha'ir. Listen, man, we're not playing that game. Because just the same, people claiming they're on the manhaj and those brothers have some valid points. These people don't know the manhaj of the Salaf. Some of them, they don't. And we got played. But those brothers from the round table have to be fair and just. And when I have people that keep asking me that I am close to, they don't know the facts, and now they talking, now I gotta see something. The one brother said Muhammad Wahab wasn't even alive during the Ottoman Empire and the fall of the... He doesn't know. But see, this kind of round table talk where you're not being balanced and just, it's got people speaking who are definitely awam. Now they saying crazy stuff. So now I got to say something. So what's the point? The point is there's different levels of all of it. Kufr, shirk, nifaq, bid'ah, and you won't find, and I have to say, I'm like, you can say what you want. I don't consider myself Wahabiyyah. Like, this term you guys made up. Now, anybody that's not with the Ash'aris or the Sufis, he's Ahlul Sunnah that may be somebody who ascribes to the way of the past that don't align with you, then he's Wahhabi. We studied some books of Imam Muhammad Wahhab in Yemen, but we weren't like, as we say in Jahiliyyah, holding his jock. He was an imam. And not everything he said we took. Sheikh Mukbil wasn't his books now. He praised Kitab al-Tawheed. Anybody with an open mind is going to praise that book. Because it's talking about the worship to your Lord. Forget the politics, how he got there. Was he part of what took the ultimate empire down? And he was a scholar for that. Forget that. If Reverend Fatback come here and say, Allah is your Lord, that's right. We taking it from Reverend Fatback. We can't take it from Shaykh Islam Muhammad Abdul Wahab. Just like they say, Uthman Danfolio. He was an imam. What are you talking about? I'm not going to let somebody come and say, oh, he was Ashri, Jildi, Muqtadi, this, that. Whatever you say, he was imam. What are you talking about? And he had a pinnacle role in the history of Islam. So we're talking about being fair. We're talking about being just. We're going to speak. Likewise, Muhammad al-Wahhab was not just a sheikh. Like the brother he mentioned on the round table. Maybe someone told him that. Maybe he feels that. Maybe he read that. He believed that. The brother Naeem from Pittsburgh. May Allah bless him. He didn't say he's crazy. Some people are saying that. But an alim says that another alim is a sheikh. And many ulama, even from Yemen, Amir al-San'ani, Sahib Subul al-Salam, ذكر أن محمد وهاب هو الشيخ الإمام مجدد في دعوة السلفية دعوة السنية في جزيرة العرب. That's it. He didn't agree with everything that Muhammad Wahab said, but he knew an alim when he said, you can't become a scholar of hadith and just be a sheikh. How about that? Nail al-awtar. He hit the nail on everything. Fiqh, hadith, seerah, tafsir, aqidah, يعني الرقاق, imam. Like an imam فيهم تدرج, but they have levels. They have levels. And they're human. We'll end with the statements of the three imams. Tonight, inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala, and tomorrow we'll continue. What did Imam Abi Hanifa say? Imam Abi Hanifa said what all of them say. إِذَا صَحَّ حَدِيث وَمَذْهَبِي. If you find a hadith that is sahih, then it goes against madhab, means his teaching, what he believed, what he said. He also said, لا يحل لأحد أن تأخذوا من قولنا ما لم يعلم أين أخذناه. It is not permissible for anybody to take our statement. Who is he said? I means people of ilm, people of Kufa, not just him, but he was the imam of that time, from the imams. He wasn't the only imam. Let's get that straight. Ibrahim Nakha'i, he had Ma'ani Muhammad Shaybani, Abu Yusuf al-Thaqafi. كثير من هذه يعني البلاد من أهل العلم. نعم كثير. He said it's not permissible for anybody to take our statements and he don't know where they came from, meaning if they came from the Quran and Sunnah, directly or indirectly. What did Imam Malik say? إنني أنا بشر. Indeed I'm human. يعني أصيب أخطاء. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. فانظر إلى رأيي. So investigate what I say. Don't just take it. Don't just take it. Who just takes what anybody says? We just take what Muhammad Wahab says, that's it, blindly. It's not the way of our Nabi. It's not the way of the Sahaba. It's not the way of Islam. He said, look at my opinions. Whatever agrees with my statements that I'm writing from the book of the Sunnah, take. And whatever don't, get rid of it. And another one said, throw it against the wall. Subhanallah. Put it in the trash. هذا إمام الدار الحجة إمام مالك رحمه الله تعالى. ماذا قال إمام الشافعي؟ إمام الشافعي قال نفس الشيء. لا صح حديث ومذهبي. Now, if you find a hadith that goes against what I taught you, it's sahih, take it. You bring it to me, I'm going to take it. Imam Shafi'i also said, يعني اجمعوا العلماء على استبنى سنتي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا استبنى سنتي رسول الله. There's the consensus of the scholars, Imam Shafi'i, who said, if a person finds anything that's proven to be from the Sunnah of the Prophet, and la yatruku liqawlin ahadin, that he cannot leave it for anybody's statement. That hold Imam Shafi'i. You, Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, rahmatullah alayhi, nafsu shay that sahih hadith wa madhabi. If there's an authentic narration that goes against what I said, then it's the way that I would take and the way that you should take. This is what we talking about, man. What we talking? We playing games. And the poor little African American is being drugged all around, don't know the top from the bottom. Allah musta'an. فَلَنْتَقِ اللَّهِ سُبْحَانَهُ وَتَعَالَى جَمِيعًا بألسنتنا وبأقوالنا وباعتقادنا وبدعوتنا. Let us fear Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala and what we say, what we present, what we claim we represent, what we give it to the people. Wallahu musta'an. The last thing I'm going to say is that, again, this is not to put any brothers down. They doing a service. I don't listen to them. They in Atlantic City. MashaAllah. But the brother keeps sending this to me. They want me to go somewhere and speak and make a big thing. I'm not doing that. We're not people of Foldaliyah. We're not people of problems and this and that. I'm not calling them names, this and that. I'm trying to be respectful to those brothers. They're doing the job. At least they're trying to uplift the people, the African American people. Who's doing that? Regardless if we agree, disagree, something ain't right or wrong, something's politically this way and that way. It's politics, all of it you want to ask. But we got to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wallahu musta'an. Sallallahu ala nabiyina Muhammad. Inshallah. Ghaddan, inshallah. Kwame, send me that thing. I listened to about 13 minutes.